everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Seahawks going up against the Cowboys. With that, let's go out to AT&T Stadium in Dallas. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Steelers going up against the Cowboys. With that, we'll send you out to Arlington, Texas. Here's Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The play clock's running down. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle. Okay, starting lineup time offensively, Charles, for the Dallas Cowboys.
And how about them at number 4 in the 2016 draft? Big needs on the defensive line. And they go with the running back.
They go star power.
They went star power, but Ezekiel Elliott, in a lot of ways, was exactly the right decision. When they had winning success in 2014, they did it running the football. Elliott can do that for them again.
Second down following the run.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! Grind 38! Grind 38!
Prescott now on second down. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. And the starting defensive unit here for Pittsburgh.
Stephon Tuitt's ability to play defensive end and yet rise up and knock passes away when quarterbacks try to throw them, he makes it hard to get around.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's go!
On third down, it's Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
It fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. First down, Prescott. Gonna throw right side here, complete. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll be first down, Cowboys.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Play clock winding down.
Let's go!
A first down carry by Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, I know you call the play-by-play, but you know your ball. If I throw these numbers at you, all right, 6 yards shy of 2,000 of total yards from scrimmage for a rookie running back. What do you think?
Sounds like me in high school.
Sounds like you doing it,
no,
right?
It's really fascinating at what he was able to do. The thing for me, though, he did that as a rookie. Where do you go from here? I mean, can you keep going up from those numbers your sophomore campaign?
I think that you can. He's had examples of that preceding him in the NFL. Some guys who are in the Hall of Fame right now. Remember, he had 16 total touchdowns because it's not just his ability to run it. He can catch it out of the backfield as well. No one plays harder than this guy does, down in and down out. I think he's just going to keep getting better. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. Time running out here on the play clock.
Here we go.
Prescott from the gun on third. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So opening drive, third down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Mike Mitchell coming up from the secondary to make the stop.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
The play clock's running down. Again, it's Elliott. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Lawrence Timmons, the linebacker, there to get him down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. Play clock winding down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive.
Let's go. Flex round.
Now Prescott on fourth down. Complete to Jason Witten. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
But a field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And this seemingly endless drive continues. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now back to the ground with Elliott. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
He lost 6 there on the first down play.
You have to love and admire the effort because he almost broke free in the backfield, but you also have to love and admire what the defense did. Swarmed the play and made sure he couldn't get anywhere. A loss of yardage.
Second down, Prescott. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. A glance back at 2016 for Dez Bryant. 50 receptions, under 800 yards, had 8 touchdowns. What do you make of the season that Dez had?
Well, remember, it started with Dez injured, so it took a little while for him to get started. I'm going to make a bold prediction for you. Would not shock me at all if he doubled his catch number next year and darn near doubled his receiving yardage total. Because if he's healthy all year long, they're going to want to take some pressure off of the run game themselves. And Dak Prescott in his second season should be that much more confident throwing it downfield.
And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go!
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. In 12 regular season games this last year for Bell, averaging over 150 yards from scrimmage. First 2 games in the playoffs were great, but, you know, getting injured in the final game probably leaves a bad taste in his mouth.
Leaves a bad taste. Gives him fuel for the next season, though, because remember, for the last few years, he hasn't been able to play a full season for various reasons. Now, going into next year, imagine those numbers over a 16-game season and heading into the playoffs. Le'Veon Bell can set new records. Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. It may be all of that. They'll still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls him my number 1 target.
Easy.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. On the ground with a tight end. Room here to run. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. It's complete to Brown, right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. Brown finishing 2016 with over 1,200 yards, 106 receptions. Now for him, you know, people were expecting maybe some bigger numbers, Charles. What did you make of Antonio Brown's season?
Well, what I made of it is that he started to get more help along the way. Jesse James developed at tight end. Once Le'Veon Bell got into the lineup, he started to catch passes out of the backfield and ate up a few numbers as well. So Big Ben had more targets to throw it to. That should help Antonio Brown going forward in 2017 because he'll still be the primary guy. But when you get help, boy, you can make bigger plays downfield.
Shift together here from the D-line. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Over the middle here to Brown. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
This will be caught at about the 6. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. It's
a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Defense showing blitz.
Let's go. Blue 30.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Ooh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And quickly, they get to the line.
All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Beat these two.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will bull his way in there for the 2 points. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few... Oh, that is going to be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems. And this qualifies as a big problem.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football. And here's the free kick. This is brought in at the 21. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They go play action here on first down. Backing up. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Wheaton with a catch right side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll come out in the pistol. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. That'll be caught by Rodgers. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So now at 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Now Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 39 yards. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And it's complete to Ladarius Green. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. Bryant with a catch right side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
7 yards to go on 2nd down.
These two. Set.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And able to find Green. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Out there and get it like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio.
In motion here is Witten. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's got room. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that run massive. massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this third quarter.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now Ben on 3rd and long. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Green's got it over the middle. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end, and that'll make it 3rd down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3-and-out.
An out-and-out come the Cowboys. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big run that time by Elliott. 41 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Time running out here on the play clock. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards on the pickup, and that leads to a Dallas 1st down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. 1st down, a run with McFadden. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. They come up in an offset eye. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is going to lose yard. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here.
Here we go. Ohio, 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 Ohio.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Let's go. Left.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And now it's 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Go, 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 go. Middle, hurry up, let's go. Middle, alert.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Cowboys going up against the Falcons. So let's get over to the ATL, Atlanta. Standing by our commentary team of Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are just off of Centennial Olympic Park Drive at the home of the Falcons since 1992. It's the Georgia Dome here in downtown Atlanta. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
Freeman again. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
And when you watch Devontae Freeman run the football, you can almost close your eyes and hear him running the football, can't you? Because people just scatter. I mean, you know, when he goes through a pile, it moves in a positive direction for him. I just love how hard he plays the game.
He's got daylight. Touchdown, Falcons. Taylor Gabriel, 77 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted, was it an audible, or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Let's go.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Bryce Butler, the intended receiver. And here we go. We get to see the Falcons again on offense, a crew that last year scored 540 points, tied for 8th most all time. But my question is this, such a crushing Super Bowl loss in the offseason, does that set you back big time, or does that fuel and feed you momentum-wise going forward?
It should fuel and feed you momentum-wise going forward, partner. That's exactly how it's supposed to react, and that's what you'll see in the Falcons locker room in the entire offseason. They'll talk about finishing, unfinished business, things of that nature. But we have seen where teams have not recovered from it. Remember the Rams? They got to a Super Bowl, got beat by the Patriots, didn't get back there again. The Broncos in 2013, #1 offense, #1 scoring offense. They didn't get back in 2014, but they did in 2015. So you can recover from it.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now Ryan on first down. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now Ryan on second down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. So 3rd and 20, defense in the nickel.
Surprised they didn't go with 6 DBs, the dime look.
Here's Ryan to throw. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and that brings up 4th down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Lucky Whitehead back deep for Dallas. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
This is going to sound a little strange, but that was a really nice effort because he broke a tackle and almost sprang free, but it still ended up with a loss of yardage. The defense won that battle.
Second down, Prescott. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time, and it's 3rd down. Third down, still 14 yards left. Third and long for Prescott. He completes it to Bryant. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Here we go.
They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second down following the run. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They go to Elliott again. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school and when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workouts. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL.
Now Dunbar. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams, 43 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They got 29 yards there, and it'll give the Falcons a first down. Shift together here from the D-line. Freeman again, a first down carry. They find some open field here. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 49 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field, and they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Elliott, toss right, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. See if they stay on the ground for second down. To the ground, but here McFadden and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Ohio! Flex round! Let's go! Grand 38!
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Prescott from the gun on third. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
This is taken around the 12. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And they're going to speed things up here.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And that's caught by Tammy. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now Ryan on second down. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Bryant's kick is good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And, Charles, this is one of those inexcusable special teams penalties, an out-of-bounds kickoff.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sometimes errors occur because of situations.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a cutback, right sideline. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Four yards remaining now on second down. They come out here in the eye. They'll run it now. Here's Dunbar. And a short gain down to about the 33. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. He loses 4, and it brings up 4.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. Yeah, after that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, McFadden. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, You know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? Guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up 1st down after 1st down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human 1st down machine? I think that fits.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where you're looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's got time. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. 1st down, Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and it's 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Now Ryan down in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And the defense has got it. And this is recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out. And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
To throw is Ryan. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it's 4th and 3.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. 14 yards there on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And here we go on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Do a little pounding. Chew up some clock. If they can get it in, that might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
Again, it'll be Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now here come the Cowboys. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be a Dallas 1st down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Prescott to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott. That'll bring up 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. Surveying the field. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. They